Hi everyone, this is second lecture on unit number 5. In first lecture we have seen about canal, that is what is in by canal, classification of the canal, balancing depth, then Lacy's theory, Kennedy's theory and lining of the canal. Now in this lecture, in second lecture, we can see cross drainage work and canal regulatory work. So first point in this second lecture is cross drainage work. So cross drainage work is nothing but a structure constructed at the crossing point of the canal and any natural drainage. Natural drainage is nothing but river or stream to pass the water of the canal at crossing point is nothing but the cross drainage work. Means during the fixation of the alignment of the canal may cross to the any natural drain. So at crossing point we have to construct the cross drainage work, right? Then depend upon the bed level of the river or canal or highest flood level of the natural drainage or maximum water level of the canal, there are different types of the cross drainage work. First type, it is when irrigation canal passes over the drainage or passes over the river or passes over the any natural drainage or stream. First type is aqueduct and second one is siphon aqueduct. Now second, when drainage passes over the irrigation canal, it is, if we can consider drainage is nothing but river, when river is passes over the canal, then there is a two type, super passage and siphon super passage. Now third category, when drainage and canal, is drainage river and canal intersection or intersect each other at the same level, then we can construct level crossing and inlet and outlet. So selection of type of cross drainage work may be depend on following point: depend upon the relative bed level of canal or bed level of river. Next, availability of suitable foundation. So, that is foundation condition. Next, economy. Next, discharge of the drainage and construction problems. These are the different point we can consider while selecting the type of the cross drainage work. So we can see one by one. First condition is when irrigation canal passes over the drainage. In that first type is aqueduct. It is aqueduct is a hydraulic structure in which irrigation canal is taken over the drainage. Drainage is nothing but river or stream is known as aqueduct. That is irrigation canals runs over the drainage safely, then such a structure is nothing but the aqueduct. And this aqueduct is suitable when bed level of canal is above the highest flood level of the drainage. In this figure, there is a highest flood level lies below the bed level of the canal, right? Then we have to construct here aqueduct, right? This is the photograph of the aqueduct. In our Fulton, there is a live example of aqueduct near water treatment plant. This canal is running over the natural drain. This canal is running over the Banganga river. So second type is siphon aqueduct. It is similar to the aqueduct, but here water through river is runs below the canal by siphonic action, right? This structure is suitable when bed level of canal is below the highest flood level. This bed level is somewhat below the highest flood level. In this diagram, here highest flood level is above the canal bed. Hence we can moving the water through the river or any stream or drainage by siphonic action, and it is nothing but the siphon aqueduct, right? Next condition, the drainage or river passes over the irrigation canal. In that, first type is superpassage. In that, the hydraulic structure in which the drainage is taken over the irrigation canal is known as super aqueduct, and it is constructed when bed level of drainage, that is bed level of the river, is above the full supply, is above the highest water level of the canal. This is the diagram. There is a full water level, and bed of the river or stream lies above the maximum water level in the canal. Next type, siphon superpassage. That is, it is nothing but when bed level of the river is does not above the maximum level of the canal, water level in canal. So this is the diagram of the siphon superpassage. In that, water through canal passes at the crossing point by the siphonic action. Hence, it is known as siphon superpassage. Now, next third condition is when drainage and canal intersect at the same level. And there are two structure or two type of cross drainage work can be constructed. First one is level crossing, and second one is inlet and outlet. In that, first one is level crossing. Level crossing is constructed when quantity of water in a canal is similar to the quantity of the water in the natural drain. In that, the water in the canal and water in the river may be allowed to mix. This is the diagram of the level crossing. In that, canal water in the canal and water and river may be mixed, and by constructing the head regulator, that is river regulator and canal regulator, the flow of the, or that is discharge of the canal and discharge of the river may be maintained. And when canal is dry, then we can preventing the river flow into the canal by constructing the crest wall. Next type of cross drainage work is inlet and outlet. This inlet and outlet can be constructed when amount of water, that is quantity of water in the natural drain or river or any small stream, is lesser than the amount of water in the canal. This is the diagram of the inlet and outlet. Here, quantity of water in stream is very less than the canal. Hence, here the stream may be diverted by some amount. This is the diagram. Here, water is allowed to mix in the, it is water of stream is allowed to mix in the canal, and then it can be discharged or diverted from another point towards the stream. This is inlet and outlet. So this is about the cross drainage work, right? Now next point is canal regulatory work. Canal regulatory work. Canal regulatory work consists of 4 points, that is canal fall, canal escape, head regulator and cross regulator. So first, canal fall. Canal fall is nothing but when natural ground slope is steeper than the designed bed slope of the channel. Then this difference is adjusted by constructing the vertical drop or falls at a some suitable intervals. Then such a vertical drop is known as the canal fall. So this diagram shows the natural ground slope and designed slope of the canal. Then this difference is adjusted by constructing the various types of the canal fall. So there are different types of the canal fall. First one is ogee fall. In water resource engineering we have seen the ogee fall, that is water is allowed to flow over the ogee shape to prevent the erosion, right? To prevent the bed of the to prevent the erosion of the bed of the canal, we can construct the concrete bed. Next type is step fall, that is by constructing the step type structure we can allowing the water to fall. Next, vertical fall, we can directly falling the water at a some height on a concrete floor, that is concrete floor is constructed to prevent the erosion of the canal bed. Also we can store the some tail water at the downstream side. Next, rapid fall, that is here we can construct the slope type structure, and on that structure we can flowing the water, and this rapid fall is constructed mainly with the help of the rubble masonry, and this rubble masonry is strengthened by using the curtain wall. Next, it is same as the rapid fall, but here slope is constructed by using the concrete. Next, trapezoidal notch fall, that is water is allowed to discharge by constructing the trapezoidal notch. It is a type of the straight drop fall. Next point is canal escape. So canal escape is nothing but the a structure constructed to remove the surplus water from the irrigation canal into the natural drain. That is, a small channel is constructed to remove the extra water from the canal, and this extra water may be discharged into the natural stream, and this surplus water may be present in the canal due to mistake, that is when more water, maximum water is discharged into the canal. Next, difficulty in regulation at the head. Next, excessive rainfall, or sometimes cultivator may close the water head due to higher water demand, sorry, less water demand. So these are the reasons due to the maximum water present at the canal. So we have to remove this more water, that is extra water or surplus water, by using the canal escape. If you can't remove this extra water, then there is a possibility of overtopping of the water over from the bank, and there is a failure occur in the canal. So next point is head regulator. Head regulator is the point we have already seen in the divergent head. There is only 2 point remaining: head regulator and cross regulator. This head regulator is the point, sorry, is the structure constructed at the off-taking canal to control the discharge or to control the silt into the off-taking canal, and cross regulator is the obstruction constructed to rise the water level at the main canal to divert the water into the off-taking canal. So this is about fifth chapter. In this chapter we have seen canal, then cross drainage work, and canal regulatory work.